I am the VP of Operations, so I'm going to introduce myself, talk a little bit about Beautiful and how we got where we are, show you some marketing templates, but then really get into the AI features, the generative AI features that we have, and tell you a little bit about what's coming next. So I'm from Berkeley. That's why my name's Crystal, because my parents were hippies. And I've been in and around San Francisco for a lot of the .com growth and retraction, and it's been really exciting, and it does not stop. So I'm very happy to have been in tech for a very long time. I've advised, invested in, and worked for probably over 50 startups. I want to talk about how we create presentations at Beautiful. So, in my mind, if you're using PowerPoint, that's a mistake. So it shouldn't be. But if you want, you could import a PowerPoint directly from our product. You can also export to Google Slides or PowerPoint. So we know that a lot of the market still uses PowerPoint. We have an add-in within PowerPoint, so you can be all the way in PowerPoint, use the Beautiful add-in, and just for the design. Because we are really about design automation. And I think that's where from a marketing standpoint, I'm curious about this with this audience, but we don't believe an entire company should have to use marketing to create decks. Really, anyone should be able to create beautiful decks. And so this automation is really built into our product. So you can have your own theme. This is the Beautiful theme. We have different themes for different departments. A lot of what we try to do is help with design controls. So you could have your brand, you could have colors, you could have your typeface, you can have your logo, and then your company won't go rogue and start to create logos you've never seen before, unless that's what you want. But that's sort of the goal of the controls. I'm showing you, by the way, our team product, which is our enterprise product that teams can use. We also have a pro product, which is for individuals, and one for EDU, which is all the education community, which is free for students. But I wanted to show you the teams because we have a lot of collaboration features, and I think it's the more interesting product. So you can pick, create a presentation. I can pick any theme. You can change all the colors, all of those controls. This is not the AI piece, but I wanted to kind of explain some of our, special features. We have a lot of inspiration. So if you wanted to look into marketing, for example, there's, any of these slides that you might want to use. You also could use something from your team. So these are slides that your team has used, and we have controls on those too. So if you have, for example, a slide, you can see this one, it's locked. I don't have access to change that, but I certainly could pull that slide in as is. Or we have inspiration. And so if I wanted to pick one from our inspiration and I just want to add sections, we're going to make this a lot easier for you. If you want to change the image, we have a relationship with Getty Images. I never really know what to demo here, so I'll just type in San Francisco. You can pick any one of these and it'll pop it right in. And I haven't used PowerPoint in a while, but I think this is a lot easier to get from point A to point B. The idea is I really wanted to show you what our product does even before we brought the AI into it, is that we tried to automate the ease of use. So I'll go back to my library. And if I want to create a presentation now using our designer bot, which is our AI feature, right now you can describe in a sentence pretty much anything you'd want to put a presentation together. So does anyone have a good idea for a presentation? Jackson, do you have a good one? Brian? How to sell a house. Where? Okay. How to sell a house in San Francisco. Oh, more specific. I don't know if it's going to... All right. And then from there, you can pick your template. Again, like you can use one of our own built-in themes, or you can use your brand that, maybe your company requires. And then it's going to take a few minutes to do this. While that's happening, I just want to do the overview, which is we have a relationship with OpenAI and with Anthropic. We're using their APIs to generate these slides. Again, they go into our product. And what we know is that it pulls, actually every time you write the same sentence, you're going to get a different presentation. They might be similar, but we haven't cracked that code yet. And I'll explain what our plan is to do that. But you can see it creates about 8 to 10 slides, which we tell it to do. So there you go. So now you've got your presentation. I won't go through the whole presentation, but just so you know, it creates what I think are beautiful slides. I don't know if it's going to be, you'll have to look through this later. I can share it, but it shows some of our slides that we automatically have: the timelines, the word clouds, imagery, quotes, things like that. So, but if you start here, you can then tailor it. So you could say, I want to add a slide, and you can make a slide with AI. So now I'm going to ask you, what kind of slide should I add? You could do a chart with home prices from 2000 to 2020 in San Francisco. Did I spell that right? Okay. So within the AI presentation, you can then start adding individual slides. And these actually tend to work slightly better, partially because you're being more specific with your prompt. But it also shows what the data source is. So I just wanted to show that. You can also take this chart and quickly just change it. I guess that's the way it was. There's the donut. And then you can import data from any one of these data sources. So, we've gotten you your 12 slides. Now we put a little bit more onus on you just to give us information that you can import. Just showing you that. The other place we have AI right now is, let's see, the photo grid. I'm just going to pick this one. You can create an image. I think this doesn't work very well. Personally, again, I think it's weird that some of what it comes up with, but I'll give it a shot. Does anyone want to give me a prompt for a good image? No. Wow, you guys are really. I need maybe slightly more specific. Oh. Okay, there we go.
A picture of a Victorian house.
Victorian. Let's see what it comes in. We have actually, as a company, spent less time worrying about this piece because we think that, oh, there you go. So that is generated. It's not taken, but again, that's powered by our relationship with OpenAI and their API for DALL-E. So, I guess what I think this is interesting, but I think with imagery, that's not going to be our core function. We're really trying to get you the presentation. And let me just go back to, hold on. These are some of the slides, but I want to show you that. So this is what we've done so far, and I encourage you to try those things out. And then what's coming is really contextual. What we are about to release has to do with contextual. So rather than only writing in one prompt when you create the slide deck, so I'm just going to pull that up again, you could copy and paste an entire blog from, let's say, your company. And if that was the case, you would give us context on your tone, maybe specific information, and we will take that and create a presentation from it. going the next level, you could give us access to your company data that would maybe in Box or Google Drive, anything that you felt comfortable. And we don't keep any of that. That's all your proprietary. That's our relationship with the companies. And actually, the only reason we haven't released that feature is that we don't know how to price it yet, because we're dependent still on some of the APIs that we're pulling in, like OpenAI and Anthropic. So here is this chart that I just created, and then you can either import the data again from your data source, but then once you've done that, you can easily manipulate it by adding columns. Maybe you want to change the date. You could add a series on top of it. You can keep doing that. You can change you can change it to columns. This looks really weird, but anyway, you get the point that it's within minutes. And that really, again, I want to keep emphasizing our goal as a company is to really help you become a designer, even if you are not a designer, and put together slide presentations, and you focus on the content and you focus on the end result and what you're trying to do, or prepare to speak in front of someone and not spend hours fidgeting with, each piece. I think you can also drag and drop this, which I like. You can, make it, bigger, smaller. We really have thought about how to make it easy for you, rather than, again, maybe some of you are expert designers, but in that case, then anyone who reports to you that's asking you to do all their decks for them, this is another tool that they can use. That's actually one other feature. Thank you for reminding me that I didn't show you. So maybe let me go back to our present. I want to show you, we incorporated, let's see here. Basically, you can say, rewrite this text. You can change it to be longer. You could change it to be shorter. You can change the tone, and all of that if you want it to be playful. So we're trying to help you. There you go. And again, this may be different every time you do it, but it is, to give you ideas. So. Within our team product, you can create your own templates. If you want to, that's what I was mentioning here. These are our team themes and templates. You could use a starter template. We already have, a couple presentation templates you can use. You can import it, and you can have several within your company. Maybe you have one for sales to use, maybe one for product to use. And then you can lock it down and then have certain pages that you can update. So, trying to make it really easy, again, to have your brand controls when you first start. We have a librarian, so that person can have all the controls, and then your staff there's certain things that are locked for them, having to do with changing the theme. We have an import PowerPoint feature, and so you can import any PowerPoint and then export it again. I can kind of show you, if I were to take this wonderful slide presentation we did and I want to export it, I have the options of exporting it to a PowerPoint, Google Slides, a PDF, or presenting offline. So we're enabled. The other thing that you mentioned, analytics, and I know that's not exactly what you're talking about, but we do have an analytics feature where you can see what slides anyone has opened on a regular basis, where they hover. Because this is a brand new presentation, I don't have it. I can look for that. But yes, so many of our enterprise clients use maybe they have Microsoft Suite and they use Beautiful within it. We also have a PowerPoint add-in. So when you're within PowerPoint, it's one of their widgets. You can add in Beautiful, and then you can stay within the platform. And when you import from PowerPoint, which I don't have PowerPoint, so I can't actually do this, but we have different types of slides. So this is a smart slide, but I could convert it to a classic slide, and then it'll do what PowerPoint does, which I find annoying. But you can, make this bigger or smaller. So if you really want to have is just a page full of words, we've allowed people to do this. And actually, our founder was very frustrated when we forced him to create this feature because he was like, everyone's putting too many words on their slides. And we said, well, some people want to, and we have to allow them to do that. So they cannot believe how much time they've saved and how much money they've saved because they don't have to hire 10 other designers to create slide decks. They can use their designers for much more creative output for things that are really important for the success of the company, not building a slide deck for an internal presentation to a group of 300 people that, maybe it's an internal engineering group or something and it still comes out looking beautiful, but the marketing team doesn't need to spend time and the design team doesn't need to spend time.